Hi, I'm Dan Lindstedt. Welcome to this short introductory look of my new class, Data Vault 2.0 Bootcamp and Private Certification. So let's start out with what is Data Vault 2.0. Data Vault 2.0 is a complete package from soup to nuts to help you build your enterprise data warehousing and business intelligence solution. And we start out with the methodology. We define the methodology in such a way that it's consistent, repeatable, and pattern-based, all the way down to the implementation level, so that there are standards that govern the entire process and entire build. And of course, behind every good methodology, there's a solid architecture. The architecture includes new things like NoSQL and hybrid solutions, which obviously bring to the table big data, high volume, high velocity, high variety, and how you make these things seamlessly integrated with your existing relational systems. So Data Vault 2.0 covers all of these grounds in order to provide you with a foundational level build that is going to be successful for years to come. Included in that, it wouldn't be a Data Vault class without talking about the Data Vault model. So of course we talk about Data Vault 2.0 model, which is based on the hub and spoke design, i.e. the hubs, the links, the satellites, and so on. By now you might be asking, well, what's the difference between Data Vault 1.0 and Data Vault 2.0? Well, let me talk to you a little bit about that. Data Vault 1.0 is highly focused on just Data Vault modeling. Sure, there's some guidelines around implementation and architecture, but Data Vault 1.0 was created well over 6 or 7 years ago. In fact, it was created in 2001. So that's well over 13 years ago, long before big data came around the corner and reared its big head. So now Data Vault 1.0 was just focused on how you model your enterprise data warehouse. Data Vault 2.0 walks you into all of these different kinds of topics. Well, what kind of topics do we cover in the course? Well, these kinds of topics that we cover in the course are related to software engineering, and because we believe that when we're building a data warehouse or a business intelligence platform, that we're actually building software. So why shouldn't we follow the best practices and the lessons learned over all these years? And we include all of these wonderful things like big data, parallel, ETL, and ELT, when to do ELT, when to do ETL, and where to place it, whether it should be in MapReduce programs or in a Hadoop and a schema on read, or sitting inside of a hybrid engine like Greenplum, or whether you should build your own hybrid engine between Hadoop and relational, whether you should run your own ETL engine. So we cover all these things all the way down to project level components. How do we get your team responsive? How do we provide Agile 2-week sprints or even 1-week sprints? In some cases, I've got customers that are taking Data Vault 1.0 and all the new agility and methodology components down to 1-week sprints. So this is important in terms of evolution. The faster we are, the more agile we are, the more responsive we are to business change, the better off everyone is going to be, including the business users. And Data Vault 2.0 gives you that jump start, teaches you how to leverage your skills and your knowledge in these capacities to answer the business questions quickly. Can you take the certification test after the course? By all means. The certification test for Data Vault 2 is available. It's called the Certified Data Vault Practitioner 2 because it's Data Vault 2.0. And it's a practitioner level exam, meaning that we test your knowledge of different components from Agile to Scrum to data modeling to ETL. You don't need to be a specialist to take and pass the exam. But you do need to have a level of background. And of course the class goes through all of these kinds of things for you so that you get a good base level background and the whole team speaks the same language by the end of this class. Which brings me to the next question. Who should take this class? Well, I think data warehouse practitioners and BI specialists have a lot to gain. So if you're in this space, you probably should take this course. It helps you with everything from scalability to real time to the dynamics of generation and metadata, including where does my master data fit and how do I plug in master data systems into my warehouse and so on. So these are important things for everyone to know. And if you're already Data Vault 1.0 certified, you can show us your certificate and just get a discount on this course. We'd be happy to provide that to you. But if you're not Data Vault 1.0 certified and now you're thinking, well, gee, should I really take this class? Take heart. You don't need to be Data Vault 1.0 certified to take this course. All you really need is a knowledge of data warehousing, business intelligence or analytics, and basic data modeling skills. You need to know what a table is and a foreign key. Those are all good terms and good language components for you to understand. If you need a grasp of what the Data Vault model is, I highly recommend you read my book, Supercharge Your Data Warehouse, before you come to the class, even the online class, because it will help you walk through the basics with the examples. Things like what is a hub and what is a link and what is a satellite, why do I need it, what are the common structures, what are the attributes in those structures or the fields in those structures, how does the hub and spoke model work, why is it applicable to business. All of those things are covered in my book. So how is the course delivered? Well, this particular course is delivered online if you take it online, and that's what we're talking about here. The online course is divided into modules, and the modules are divided into lessons. The lessons may be one or more videos, depending on how long the videos really run. But each video is kept between 5 and 25 minutes in length, and you can feel free to repeat any of these videos anytime you want. And the class is available obviously online 24/7, 365. So if you're at home and you want to log in and watch some class lessons, you can do that. If you're on lunch break and you have 15 minutes to sit down and go through a lesson, you can do that. Or between meetings, all of those wonderful things are completely available. And that's for a guaranteed period of access. A couple of months, I think, is what we give you online to watch these videos and make it through the entire class. You can always buy extended access to the videos later if you find that you need to come back in the future. Can you watch on your mobile device? Yes, we are absolutely fully mobile enabled. The only qualification is that we're high def only. You can only watch this on the high def enabled mobile devices, and most of the devices these days are in fact high def. If you have a question or a comment during the class or during the lesson, you can post it at the bottom of the video. We do allow immediate feedback to the instructors, and that would be me in this case. And you can see what other students have posted as well as see the answers that we've replied to them. Thank you very much for watching this short introduction to what Data Vault 2.0 Bootcamp is. I hope you've enjoyed the introduction, and I hope to see you in the class.